So we're going to look at expanding some brackets for the assessment. There's three kind of levels of questions as you go through. So I'll talk through lots of examples, and then you can have a go at some Hegarty clips if you want to practice some more. So when we're expanding out brackets, we're going to be multiplying out the brackets. So we ideally want to have a method to show for our working out. So most people would know how to just multiply things through and just choose some arrows to do that, or some of you will be using the grid method. So again, it's the same process. So 5 times 2x, or 5 times 2x here to get that 10x, and then the 5 times the 3, which will give us that 15. So either of these steps here is fine for working out. And then when you get your answer, obviously, we just have to make sure it's clearly labelled on the answer line, whichever method you choose to use. Now, obviously, we need to watch out for some negatives because they are always there to try and trick you as you go through. So a question that I've come up with there in purple is that you have 7 on the outside and then the 2m plus the 3. So obviously we're going to multiply those out to start with. But this negative 4 in the middle is classed as one unit. So then we're going to multiply that through to both, and you've got a negative in the second part. So again, that's going to be tricky. So if we expand the first bracket to start with, we can see that we've got the 7 times 2m is 14m, and then the 7 times the 3 gives you that 21. Now when you carry on with the second part of the question, you're going to end up with minus 4 times the m, which is minus 4m, and then minus 4 times the minus 7 will give us positive 28. And then once we've got that, we've then got to simplify the pink values together. So that will obviously give us 10. So it'll give us 10m, and then we've got positive 49, and we get that from the 14m minus the 4m, and we get the 49 from the 21 and the positive 28. So it's making sure we have the right simplification as we go through from that. So that's a D band kind of question. Moving on to the S band is where we have double brackets. So you can see from the question that we're looking at 2 separate brackets. We just simply need a larger grid effectively. So what we're going to do is we're going to set out that grid. I've put down the left hand side, I've put this first bracket. So I've done that in blue. And then along the top I've put the red bracket, so the 3x minus 4. And then we're going to multiply that out like we were doing before. So that will clearly give me 6x squared and the minus 8x. And then it will give me the 3x and minus 4. So watching out for negative as you go through. And then we're going to simplify. So I've just written out everything that's in the grid to start with. And then we're going to group together those centre terms. But be careful, one of them is a negative. So just be careful on that one. And then that will obviously simplify down to minus 5x in the middle, and the 6x squared and the minus 4 stay the same. So that's our fully simplified answer. The E band is looking at triple brackets. So it is the same process, but we're going to have 2 steps. So the question, we're breaking it down into 2 brackets to start with, like we've just shown you. And then once we've got the answer, we're then going to add in the third bracket. So again, we're going to start with a grid. So I've got the x squared and the plus 1 from the first bracket down the side, and then I've got the 2x minus 1 along the top, and I'm going to work that out to start with. So that will obviously give us 2x squared and minus 1x, and then 2x minus 1. If we simplify that to start with, I can group together the like terms, and that will give me a positive 1x in the centre. So that will reduce down to x squared plus 1x minus 1 from there. Okay, now we can do it so we don't have to simplify it, and we're just going to have a bigger box as we go through. So once I've got all them values there, I'm then going to put my third bracket down the side. So this x plus 2 goes down the side there. And again, we repeat the process, but I'm going to end up with more values. So 2x to the power of 3, 1x squared and minus 1x. And then I'm going to end up with 4x squared plus 2x and a minus 2. And again, we're going to try to simplify that to get our final answer. So I can group together the squares and I can group together the x's because they are similar. So my final answer will be the 2x cubed plus the 5x squared plus 1x and then minus 2. So if you want to practice a bit more, there are some videos on Heggerty. So it starts easy at 160, which is a single bracket. Then 161 is 2 single brackets put together at the end. Then 162 takes you up to double brackets, which is your S band. And then there's a few tasks up to there. And then 166 is the triple brackets. So if you want to practice that a bit more, then you can do. Otherwise, you can scroll back through the video to make sure you understand which level you're working at. Okay. Well done for listening. Make sure you sign on tomorrow to do the next topic.